Aries, I'm hearing somebody in your life has caused you to struggle. I mean, struggle hard. Somebody deliberately did something here to cause you to be exhausted. And not only that, but get stuck in your head, like making you feel like the next thing that this person was going to throw at you, or the next thing that was going to come around the corner was going to be worse than the last. They had you anticipating the worst. Every time you turned around, you were anticipating something that was going to be bigger and worse than the last thing that you went through. This is how bad it was, to the point where you felt like you were just running on a wheel. You know, you were spinning on that wheel, a hamster wheel, and you just weren't going anywhere. And it was like the more you struggled, the more harder things got. And it just seemed to just be this never ending story. This person caused you to struggle hard, and it could have been even so traumatizing that it took a while, a long while, for you to heal. You know, it took a long time for you to get to where you are today because of what this person has put you through. They put you through something that was so evil. Just flat out threw the pulled the rug. I'm hearing pulled the rug from underneath you. That's what I'm hearing. They pulled the rug underneath you. They threw you in the hole. That's what I'm hearing. And they did it on purpose. See, you were never supposed to be able to get back up. You weren't supposed to be able to stand on your own ever again. You were supposed to be screaming for help, you know, and that's what they were thinking, that you were just going to be sitting there with your hand out asking for help. And you didn't. And now this person, their manipulation tactics, they're working hard. They're working hard. You have to laugh at it because you're putting this person through a challenge. I'm hearing, yes, they put you through a challenge, but now you're putting this person through a challenge to the point where I'm hearing this person can't even think straight. They're just becoming impulsive. They're just throwing tricks out, being manipulative, and just, they don't have a plan. You know, this person is spinning their wheels now. They're trying to come up against you and they're spinning their wheels. It's funny because it is funny because it's like they put you through the ringer and now I'm hearing you're putting them through the ringer because all their manipulation has gotten them nowhere. All their manipulation has not stopped you. All the manipulation that you've been through has just made you stronger. It has built you up instead of down. Because now you realize how strong you can be. When somebody is forcing you to challenge yourself in the worstest way, now you see that you could live through anything now. Now you see it. You could live through anything now. It has made you fearless, I'm hearing. Because now you realize whatever comes your way, you'll survive. You'll find a way to survive. And you know what? That's something that this person did not expect. This person could be a Gemini. But this person did not expect this from you. This person could also be an Aries, a Leo, or a Sagittarius. Or a Cancer. Okay? The thing is, they weren't expecting this from you. They're like sitting there wondering what happened. You know, they pulled the rug underneath you. You were supposed to fall down. You were never supposed to be able to get back up again. But here you are. Rising, healing, creating your own reality, manifesting for yourself, creating something that is fair, doing things with a lot of integrity. That's what I'm hearing. You're holding your head up with a lot of integrity. And you're staying very resilient here. And you know what? Your resilience is about to pay off. All your efforts that you have put into something is about to pay off. Something big is coming your way. Something that is going to be so much better than what you've ever had before. Now, you might feel weary at times, you know. You might feel like you don't have the strength to push on or move on, but you do. You do. You have the endurance. That's what I'm hearing. You have the endurance to push yourself up. Not just defend yourself, no. I mean, even though that is part of it, but it's so much more than that. It's you setting boundaries for yourself. It's you no longer staying stuck on the little things anymore. Now you can see the big picture. And once you see the big picture, you can never see the small little pieces anymore. Like you can't shrink yourself. This person thought that they were going to crush you, and they didn't crush you at all. They made you bigger. Bigger, stronger, faster, more resilient, more stronger than ever before. They don't expect this from you. And flexible. I'm hearing your strength is in your flexibility here. Your ability to be flexible. See, this person, they didn't think you had it in you, but here you are. You're doing it. You're closing a chapter here. You're closing a chapter. You're finishing a line. You're crossing that line. You're at the end of a hard period here. And it's like you're pushing through this final test or this final obstacle that this person has put in your way. You're pushing through. And you're not just pushing through, but you're getting stronger and faster and more resilient. It's like the more you push, the more they have tried to push you down, the more you're pushing your way up. It kind of reminds me of this picture I saw on YouTube a while back, where I guess it was possibly taken like in Arizona or something, and it showed a sidewalk, and behind the sidewalk all you see was like dirt and some cactus, right? In the middle of the sidewalk there was this one flower that was growing in the middle of the sidewalk, like right at the crack. It was growing, against all odds. It was still growing. It was making it through. It was like it wanted to survive, and it was blooming. It was a nice big yellow flower, right? It was blooming where everywhere else it was dying, right? And in my third eye, that's what I'm seeing you. You're supposed to be this desert. You're supposed to be withered. You're supposed to be gone. You're supposed to not even be able to survive. And yet there you are, the flower in the sidewalk. Against all odds, Just standing firm, maintaining your goal and just going for it, just standing firm, staying true to yourself, And that's what that flower was doing. It was staying true to itself. It wanted to grow. It wanted to live. It wanted to blossom. It wanted to survive against the odds, and it did. And it was, and there it was. Somebody took a picture of it. It was like, I want to survive, And there it was. And that's you. You want to survive against all odds, And I feel like this person has done it on purpose. This person, you're making this person feel like they don't have any more power. Where before they felt like they had a lot of power over you. They had their little bag of tricks and games, and now they feel like they don't have any power. They're losing their power. Somehow it's like they feel like, they can't focus anymore. They're struggling. Their energy is all scattered, And they're having a very difficult time coming up with new ideas. It's like, I guess when you're a manipulative person, you run out of tricks, And it looks like that's what's going on here. This person is losing all their tricks, They can't even come up with new tricks anymore. They're having a difficult time trying to come up with ideas. They can't even think of what else they could be deceptive about, what other lie they can come up with. And because of that, they can't plan accordingly. Nothing that they're trying to do is working out, because every time they turn around, they're looking at you and you're like, happy. You're happy. You're fine. You're doing great. You're like planning for the future. It's like this person turns around, they're like, what the heck? How is Aries doing that? It's like you're so fulfilled. You have your family around you, it looks like. You're happy, you know? You're satisfied with your life, You're stable. That's what it's saying. You're stable, you're confident. You're expanding with the Three of Wands energy. You're expanding, you're pursuing your goals. Some of you might even be traveling, with the Three of Wands energy. That could be somebody who's getting ready to travel. But most of all, what I'm getting from this is that you're planning ahead. You're not looking back anymore. And it's like this person thought that they would always be your shadow. Like, you know what I mean? Like, they always thought that they would be that boogeyman in the closet for you, and you'll never be able to escape them. You'll never be able to heal, right? They thought that they were always going to be that boogeyman, and no, there you are, planning for the future. There you are, having joy in your life, and they're seeing it. Or passion. With the Ten of Cups, it could be passion too. It could also be foresight, with that energy of being able to see with the Three of Wands, see ahead, see what you have going on in your life, looking ahead. You're not looking back. And that's one thing that this person can't understand. Why is it that you're not looking back? Why is it that you're like that? You're driven. You're pushing forward and you're driven, They don't understand that. How can you be in this energy? You're confusing this person. They don't understand how you're doing this. How are you able to be in this energy when they were supposed to crush you and you're not crushed. You're fine. You're moving ahead. Some of you might even be getting some kind of message. A message that's going to make you very excited, But you're definitely getting some kind of progress here. And again, it's telling me about traveling. So somebody here is definitely traveling, okay? And it's the fact that you're able to travel. I think this person's like, ooh. And it's not just that about you traveling. It's you taking a risk. It's you being able to pursue your passions. It's you being able to heal over here. It's you being able to still, wake up and have goals, dreams. They're like, what the heck? They can't believe it, Your inspiration. Your inspiration is growing here. Something is perfectly coming in. Something perfect. Something that is like perfect for you. And not just that, but this tells me that you are overcoming every obstacle that this person has thrown at you. You're overcoming it. Yes, you went through a terrible time. Yes, it took time for you to overcome it. It was a nightmare what this person put you through. But here you are, free-spirited, charismatic, adventurous, ready for the next thing in your list, right? It's like this person can't believe their eyes, They can't. It's like every time they turn around, you're working on your foundation. Maybe even celebrating, but you're definitely working on your foundation. It's like your foundation is so strong now, and it's getting stronger by the day, that pretty soon this person's not going to be able to even be around you. Because there's going to be no point in them even trying to throw an obstacle in your way. Because it seems like everything just keeps backfiring. I think this person is finally waking up and they're realizing nothing is working. They're realizing that they're nothing. They are a nobody. And that is something that is really hard for this person to swallow. That they are a nobody. Their life is going nowhere. They don't have anybody next to them. Nobody's celebrating with them. While you, on the other hand, you're getting well wishes. People are saying things. People are saying, "Oh, I hope Aries makes it. I hope I'm invited to this celebration." That kind of thing. That's what they see here. And that's one thing they don't like. Because at the end of the day, it's making this person feel like they're a fool. At the end of the day, those people that are giving you all these well wishes, it's making this person feel even more alone. So if this person spread rumors about you, it's not working. The same people that they lied to and said things about you and dragged your name through the mud and try to put you down, it's not working, because these are the same people who are turning around saying, oh, I hope Aries makes it. Oh, I heard Aries is doing this. I hope they get there. Oh, I heard they're doing good. And this person's like, what? You're not supposed to be on Aries' side. What? Wait a minute. I told you this. I told you that. You're supposed to be on my side. And this person's realizing, no, they're by themselves. They've been by themselves, and they're realizing they've been by themselves for a long time. There's nobody beside them helping them. Nobody's there cheering them on. Nobody's saying, oh, I hope you do well. That's not what they're hearing. They're hearing the complete opposite. They're hearing that people are wishing you well. And it's like, wait a minute. This person thought that they were going to have people come in and work with them. Maybe even go against you. At least give them some kind of moral support or something. But nobody is. And nobody's going to. This person's alone. They don't have the control that they think that they did. It's like they're just blowing smoke. They're trying to grow in momentum, and they're just pushing and pushing and pushing, but they're not going anywhere. And they're not going to. And it's their own fault. It really is. It's their own fault. They did this to themselves. And while they're doing all that, you're getting some kind of recognition, guys. I can see it right here. You're getting some kind of recognition. You're going for peace and quiet. You're not competing with nobody. You're not even trying to challenge anybody or nothing. You're in your own lane, I'm hearing. You're doing your own thing by yourself. And you're going to be getting the Six of Wands pretty soon. That's where you're going to be getting recognition, getting a promotion. You're getting something here. And this person doesn't understand how it is that you're getting this. Because you weren't supposed to be able to get this. But here you are. You're getting victory. You're getting that success. Or public recognition. Because that's exactly what this could be. And this is usually something that happens after, like, you've put in a lot of effort, which you have. And I think you've put in, what, and it's not just that, you've had more challenges than other people have too. And that's another thing I want to say. Because this is more than just you going through something to get your success or to win something. No, this is you healing from the manipulation that you've been through. And plus going through this. So you've had to put double effort into everything that you've done. Like everything that you have done and have succeeded in or about to succeed in, you've had to do double work. That's what I'm hearing. Yeah. Anyways, you're getting something public here, especially with the Six of Wands energy. This is an accomplishment, but it's a big accomplishment, and it's a milestone that you're going to get, and it's going to be public. Like everybody's going to know about this, Even this person's going to hear about it. They're already hearing about it. What am I saying? They're already hearing about it. They already see it. It's like the writing's on the wall, All their little games and tricks and everything is not working. Nothing's working. And they don't know what to do. They're sitting there confused, trying to figure it out. But don't get me wrong, this person's still trying. Okay? They're still trying. It's just like they don't have very much to stand on. That's, you know what I mean? Like they don't have very much. You got angel number 10 coming out for you here. It says you have great leadership skills. Your mind is sharp and allows you to dream up ingenious ideas and organize all the details. Then direct others how to carry things out. I am ingenious. That's what came out for you. 10. Can we get one more angel number here for Aries Spirit, please and thank you? I think you do have leadership skills. Makes sense. Can we get one more angel number here for Aries? Let's see what else comes out for you, Aries. Okay, I'm going to take this one because it's the one that's facing up. It says 17. Angel number 17, I am independent. Yeah. And you know what? People like this that are manipulative like this, they don't like independent people. And you know what? I feel like this person's been on my table. Yeah, this person's been on my table before. The quality of work you can produce when you're going at it alone is almost unbelievable. Did you hear that? And you are doing this all alone. You're succeeding in something and you're doing it all by yourself. You don't need anybody else. And guess what? Manipulative, narcissistic people hate that. They hate it because nobody else can take credit for your work. It says you are as independent as you are ambitious, capable of performing every step of the way with efficiency, focus, and skill. I am independent. So do put that in the comment section. I am ingenious and I am independent. All right, guys, catch me in the next one. I'm hearing this person's losing their mind. Y'all take care. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Bye.